Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be unboxing Compile Main 3. And along with it, I'll be unboxing Playmat number 3, Aux Pack number 3, and the secret new promo, Event Kit 1. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm excited to unbox Compile Main 3 today, and I will also be unboxing Playmat 3, Aux Pack 3, and the new secret promo kit, which details of that have not been released yet as far as I could find. So I picked this up at Gen Con here in 2026, and I wasn't sure if Gen Con was going to have the promo pack, but it was there. So I picked it up, and yeah, let's take a look at what's in here. And we'll start with the main 3 box, but I do have chapter markers if there's something you want to skip directly to. And if you do, I imagine there's people out there who don't want to know what's in the secret promo pack because that's like the contents have not been divulged yet. And I think it's supposed to be a secret if you pre-order it. So if you don't want to know what's in there, then that'll be the last chapter, and you can just go ahead and click off before I open it up, and that's your prerogative. But I am very, very excited for this because I really like Compile and Compile Main 2, and I've got both of those Aux packs as well, but those were 2-player lane battlers, and this is in Compile Main 3, they introduce a solo mode, which is great for me because I don't get to play this nearly as much as I'd like to. So this is very similar to the other Compile boxes. You can see it's sort of a black on black, but there's a shiny design here of like a circuit board, which goes around, all the sides, which is pretty cool. I think there's a 3. Yep, they're on top. I think you can see that in the light, so that's cool. And so, the first pack is purple. The second one is gold, and this one is red. So I'm pretty excited for this. There's already information out there on, like what protocols are in here. So I'm not going to go through like every card in the game, but here's the main rules. So this is like fully standalone. You don't need Compile or Compile 2 to play Compile 3. Here's all the rules, and you can play it. And they're all mix and match. You can combine them or not combine them, but each one can be played standalone if you get any of the main boxes. The Aux packs are just extra cards, which we'll see in a little bit. So those are the how to play instructions, but these are the new solo mode instructions. So this is brand new. And so I looked at this online because it is available as a PDF online, and this is like scenario based, but it seems you can create your own scenarios too. So I plan to play with like the protocols in Compile Main 1 and 2. I don't exactly know how it works yet, but I'm anxious to try it out. We've got our cards here. So this is how many come in a box? 12. There's 12 protocols. Let's see if I can't get this open. There we go. So each main box comes with 12 protocols. The Aux packs come with 3. So they're like 15% in my mind. And so each protocol has this like main card. Which I don't remember them all being at the front like that, but I guess they are. So we can look at the protocols here. We have Envy, Gluttony. They've done the 7 deadly sins. Greed, Lust, Pride, Sloth, Wrath, and then we've got Nova, Ambush, Fulcrum, Overwhelm, and Momentum. So each of these cards at the bottom kind of tells you a little bit about what it is that its deck will do. So Fulcrum says draw, swap cards in hand. Overwhelm is play face down, win more. That's interesting. Ambush is flip, draw, face down. What is Nova? Stack size, shift, rearrange. Okay. So each of the protocols is going to have some cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. And they're generally in starting with the 0, and they can go up to 6. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So frequently, one particular protocol's deck will skip like a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or whatever and have a 6. Generally, 0 is the most powerful card. It's doing something really interesting. They all do something interesting, but generally 0 is doing like the most interesting thing. Like the 5 is almost always a discard 1 card. So let me just show you the zeros out of this deck. So first we have Envy, and it looks like the top box says your total value in this line is increased by the value of your opponent's highest value card in this line. That is very interesting. So that's Envy. I'll start placing these here. Next up, we've got Gluttony. The top box says after you clear cash, play the top card of your deck face down. Okay. And then the middle protocol is return one other card, draw 1 card. So that's kind of interesting. I like the little icon for that one. It looks like a little Pac-Man kind of gorging itself. So that fits thematically. That's Gluttony. Next up is Greed. And Gluttony, for the record, was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's take a look now at Greed 0. The middle box is discard your hand, delete 1 card. And then the bottom is after you delete cards, draw 1 card. Okay, so we got some interesting stuff going on here. Again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Greed. So 0 through 5 for those first 3. Next up is going to be Lust. And I think not surprisingly, this is the first one to break the pattern. We've got no 1. We've got 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is discard 1 card. Your opponent plays 1 card face down in this line. And if we take a look at the Lust 0 card, and man, these icons are just great. I like these. This one's got 3 boxes. So from top to bottom, each player's total value in this line is increased by 10. Wow. Okay. Gain control. Whoa. Okay. That's new. And then your opponent can't compile if you have control. Wow, there is some interesting stuff going on that card. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at Pride next. And Pride is another one. Looks like there's no 1. We've got 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, 6 has 2 boxes. After your opponent gains control, flip this card. That's pretty good for Pride. And if your opponent has control, flip this card. Man, okay. Let's take a look at Pride 0 here. Top box, after you compile, refresh. Okay, that's cool. And then if you have control, shift 1 other card. Else, shift 1 of your cards. All right. Yeah, like all this golden, like gilded sort of artwork in the back there for Pride is pretty cool. I like that. Next up, we have Sloth, and the Sloth cards do not have a 6. That makes sense to me. So we'll look at Sloth 0. Top box, your total value in this line is increased by 5 if this card is covered by a Sloth card. Interesting. And middle box, draw cards equal to the number of lines where you have a lower total value than your opponent. Okay, so that's pushing you to do some different things. That's kind of interesting. The next deck is Wrath, and that is going to go from 0 to 5. And if we zoom in on that 0 card, Wrath 0 is all cards with the highest value in this line do not add to a player's total value in this line. Oh, wow, that can get tricky. And the middle box, play the top card of your deck face down in this stack. Okay, neat. There's some cool stuff going on here. I'm obviously very curious to look at all the other cards in each of these decks, but the zeros give you some idea of the flavor. And we'll keep going in this order here. So next up is Nova, and that is again 0 through 5. And let's take a look at the 0 card. We've got 3 boxes here. So, start and end. Okay, all right, so start. Delete all face-up cards in a line where you have exactly 5 cards. Okay, the middle box, the player with control swaps the positions of 2 of your protocols. That's interesting. And then the bottom box, end. Play the top card of your deck face down under an uncovered Nova card. Man, there's some interesting interactions going on that one too. This is neat. Okay, next up we've got Ambush. So the Ambush deck is 0 to 5. In the Ambush 0 card, we can see here as just a middle box, and it says draw 3 cards, flip 1 of your face down cards. So, okay, I can see how that fits with the Ambush theme. That's cool. I'm interested in that deck. Next, we've got Fulcrum. So Fulcrum is 025, okay. And Fulcrum Zero's got two boxes, top and middle. Top box is start. If you have exactly 0 cards in hand, your opponent discards 2 cards. Ooh, that's kind of cool. The middle box, if you have exactly 0 cards in hand, your opponent discards 1 card. Oh boy, okay. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling the idea of a tipping point in that one. What's next? We got 2 more. Next is Overwhelm. Oh, and look at this. So this one doesn't have a 0. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What is 6? Start. If your opponent has a higher total value in this line than you do, flip this card. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at the 1 card then. So Overwhelm 1 is play the top card of your deck face down in each line where you have a higher total value than your opponent. Whoa. Yeah, that fits the Overwhelm theme. Man, that could be a game ender right there. That's something. And then our final deck is Momentum. We've got 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 has a top box of after a player compiles, delete this card. And then discard 1 card in the middle box. And then if we look at the Momentum 0 card, there's just a middle box. It says play the top card of your deck face down in each line with a compiled protocol. And I'm definitely feeling the Momentum theme on that one too. And then as usual with the main box, we've got our hollow card here that acts as the control marker, and then there's a turn order reminder on the back of it. And then there's also this card, which I haven't seen before, key terms. There was no reminder card for key terms in the past. It's double-sided with different terms on each side. So we've got those, and then I'm going to take these and just keep them in the same order for now, just to save time, but I'm going to go back later and sleeve all these and put them in alphabetical order because that is the way that I like to do it, but you do what you want with your box. So that is what is in the Compile 3 main box. Some cool stuff, some protocols I'm really interested in trying, and I'm very curious about how they interact with all the protocols from main 1 and main 2, as well as the aux packs for those as well. So that is Compile main 3. Let's get on to some add-ons, and this should be fairly quick. I'm going to do the Playmat 3. I do have Playmats 1 and 2. I don't really need 3 Playmats. I don't really need 2 Playmats, but I couldn't help myself. So let's take a look at this one. I'm sure it's just like the others, just new colors. So the first one, Playmat 1 is kind of a purpley. Playmat 2 is more orange, and that kind of fits with the colors of the main boxes. But I guess Compile 3 is red, and this one looks more bluish. So let's roll this out. Blue. Oh, that's cool. All right, so it's kind of blue over here, gets magenta and purple, and then like a dark blue on this side. But otherwise, yeah, it's doing what the other playmats do. So it's the 3 lanes. You got a player sitting on each side, and then there's a reminder that you can see for each of you in the middle that your turn begins with start, then control, compile, action, cache, and end. So this one looks good. I think this is actually my favorite of the 3. So if you have no playmats and you're interested in one, I like this one. I would recommend playmat number 3. This looks really cool, but they all really are comparable. They're doing exactly the same thing. And of course, it should be said that you do not need a playmat to play compile. It just helps you to kind of keep things organized. So let's see if I can get this back under control, and we'll keep going. So the next thing we're going to open is aux pack 3. And so these are typically just 3 extra protocols. I don't think this is a rip-off. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, look at that. It is perforated. I didn't need the scissors. Okay. I was a little scared that I might cut some cards. So in aux pack 3, what does this say? The protocols in auxiliary unit 3 are for use with any compile main unit. Add these protocols and their cards to your collection. So there we go. And then there's credits on the back. So let's look at these 3 new protocols. We've got flexible, inert, and rigid. That's an interesting little mini theme there. So we'll look at these in the same way that I looked at the cards in the main box. So flexible, we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's zoom in on flexible 0. There's a middle protocol, return or shift one card. So yeah, that does what it says on the tin, right? It gives you some flexibility. So next up, we'll look at inert. I'm not sure what to expect of this one, but again, we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some cool artwork on this one. And let's focus in on inert 0. We've got it in the top box. All other cards in this line have no top commands. Whoa. Okay. And the middle command is flip one covered or uncovered face up card in a different line. Man, that's interesting. Um, so many of these protocols, I'm like, man, I want to play with that, and I don't want my opponent to have it. But the last one in this pack is rigid. I really like the artwork on this one. And this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Whoa, okay. I've never seen that before. So no 0 and a 7. We're going to zoom in on that one too. So let's get both of these up on the screen. We'll start with rigid 1. Middle command is flip one of your opponent's face up cards. And then the bottom command, end. Play one card face down in each other line where your opponent's uncovered card is face down. Okay. So yeah, I guess it's rigid in the sense that it's not allowing anyone to use their commands. And then let's look at rigid 7. I'm very curious about that. So top command, end. Your opponent chooses to draw one card or play one card. All right. Middle command is discard one card, and the bottom is this card cannot be flipped or shifted. Oh, that is something. That is one of the most interesting ones of the day here. So I'm going to take these 3 protocols and put them in the main 3 box, and I'll just keep them in there. Yeah, that last card's definitely giving you some choices, huh? So now I'm going to open up that secret promo pack. If you don't want to see what's revealed in there, now would be the time to click away. So I will give you 3 seconds to do that. And let's take a look. Okay, so we've got compile event kit. So this I'm very interested in. Let me pause before I open it though, just to remind you, if you're interested in this type of content, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I expect I'll be playing solo compile on this channel. So if you'd like to see what that is all about, yeah, again, subscribe so you don't miss it. You can share this video with anybody else who might be interested in compile, maybe somebody who you'd like to play compile with. And I'd like to thank all my coffee contributors as well. So I'll put their names up on the screen here. Reserved seating is for all of my monthly contributors, because on Coffee you can make a contribution to Table for One for as little as $1, and you can do that either one time or recurring monthly. And if you do that monthly, then as long as you're active, your name will be here in the reserved seating section. And then I have the Head of the Table Award. This is for the top 10 contributors over the last 90 days. So thank you to everyone who has made a contribution to Table for One. It is greatly appreciated. And you can find a link to my Coffee page in the description of all of my videos. So thank you once again. Now let's get to this event kit. What's on the back here? This is a special event kit for Compile. Add these cards to your collection. Any main unit is required to play. Includes 3 random protocols from main 1 and or aux 1. Okay. I mean, I've got main 1 and aux 1, so I have all of those protocols. So is this just going to be like repeat content, or is this something new? It says event kit. So like, is this introducing a new concept of events? Let's see. Let's find out together. So what is happening here? So this says event kit. Join us on Discord. The other side, event kit exclusives, 15 enamel pins, 1 per protocol from main 1 and aux 1, 6 control tokens and 6 distinct colors, 2 alternate art playmats, 2 exclusive designs. That is not stuff that obviously came in this envelope. I guess that's stuff that's going to be available during an event. It says exclusive, not available for retail. And then broken gold foil protocol cards, gold foil command cards for every protocol in main 1 and aux 1. So if we open this up, there's like pictures of all this stuff. So here's the enamel pins for all the icons from everything in main 1 and aux 1. Metal control tokens, sounds kind of fancy. There's 6 different colors, 2 alternate art playmats, and then broken gold foil protocol cards and gold foil command cards for, again, all of the commands or protocols, I should say, from main 1 and aux 1. And that appears to be really the content of the envelope. So we've got this purple like command card that we can use. We've also got this key terms reminder card, so I can add this to my main 1 box or my main 2 box because that is a new card. And then we've got these 3, it looks like random protocols. So we've got life, speed, and love. And these are from, love was from aux 1, life and speed were both from main 1. So if we take a look at speed, for example, I really appreciate that these use the paper bands as opposed to the plastic, by the way. I wish that the cards in the main box had just paper bands as well. So you can see this is all gold hollow or gold foil there. Same thing on the compiled side. And then they've done the same thing around the borders around all these cards, not on the back, I assume. So you can, so you can mix them in with your other protocols and they don't stand out on the back because you're not supposed to know what it is because they're all supposed to be the same on the back. So that looks pretty nice. So I guess they're giving you these because they look nice. You get 3 random ones in this pack, and it's to promote that they're going to release all of them. And I guess you can pick up the other 12, as well as some metal tokens and some enamel pins during some kind of compile event. And there's, I guess, more info on Discord. So there you go. That's what's in this promo pack. I don't know what I'm going to do with this stuff. I think I like all my cards matching. I'm probably going to leave these like this. It's nice to have an extra set of key terms. I can actually put it in the compile 3 box, and just whenever I play with somebody else, we can each have one of these. And when I play solo, I can keep one face up and the other side face down so I can see them all at once. So that's kind of interesting. Didn't really know what to expect. So it's hard to say that that's not what I was expecting, but I was kind of hoping it would be like a few more protocols, I guess, but still pretty cool. Looks nice. And now I know. So that was my unboxing of Compile Main 3 along with Playmat 3, Aux Pack 3, and Event Kit 1. And, since they've kept that naming convention, I wouldn't be surprised if there are more event kits in the future, particularly for the main and Aux 2 and then main and Aux 3. So interesting stuff. Again, I'm definitely going to play this solo. That was like why I bought it. And I anticipate I will put it on the channel as well at some point. So if that's something you're interested in, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think. I mentioned this in a previous video on my July 26 channel update, but I definitely feel that like Compile does not get talked about as much as it should. Like it's really interesting. I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's the first 2-player like lane battler that I've ever really been interested in. That doesn't mean it's the best one ever, but it means that like this is the first one that caught my attention anyway. I think it's interesting and well done, and I imagine there should be like Compile tournaments all over the place. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Have you played Compile? Have you what do you think about it? Are you interested in the solo mode, or have you never played Compile and do you have any questions about it? What do you want to know? I'd be happy to talk to you down in the comments. But that is what I've got this time. Thank you so much for watching Table for One. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to trying Compile solo, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.